Okay, ladies, I'm going to talk you through this one. You're going to punch out 4 scalloped circles, preferably from paper rather than a cardstock. The thinner the paper, generally, the better this works. I've used like a pearlised paper on this one. Even though we're going to be using the Glimmer mist, it just adds a little bit more shimmer to it. It's really nice. If you push into the centre of the scallop circles first, you're going to sort of release the tension in the paper, so you can really get in there and give it a real good screw. So actually, I really shouldn't have said that. So I think I might leave it in. Yeah, a real good scrunch, let's say. So you're going to do that onto all 4 of them. As you're doing it, when you open them out, you can gradually sort of scrunch it a little bit more and make it slightly smaller than the previous one, if that makes sense. Because they're all going to be mounted on top of one another. So although they all start off at the same size, they're gradually going to get smaller just by the way that you're scrunching them into the centres as well. So you just push it in there a little bit more. You can really be quite hard with all of this. As I said in the beginning on the narrative there, Jane Johnson, one of our girls on our design team, she bought in some of these and showed us them. And we were just like, oh wow. In fact, she'd done some as poppies for Poppy Day, and they were just absolutely fantastic. And there wasn't any pink ones, so I needed a pink one, so I had to do this. And I'm absolutely in love with pink taffy, one of the Glimmer mist colours, and I just, any excuse that I can for using it, I will go ahead and use it. As you can see, I'm sticking it down with double-sided tape, just sticking a piece on the back of each one, and as I'm sticking it, I'm just giving it a little pinch in the centre, just to bring it in slightly smaller than the layer before. This is the top layer now, so I'm really sort of pinching that one in there. Going to put another little bit of tape on there, stick it down, and then we're going to start doing the Glimmer misting. That's the best bit. I do love Glimmer misting. It's so nice. We've got so many colours in stock at the moment. And while they're still at £5.99, that's just great because they're going up to £7.40, which is ridiculous. But anyway, won't get political about it. So give it a further little scrunch, do what you want with it. When you do Glimmer mist it, we're also going to set it with the heat gun, and that's going to stiffen it up a bit as well. There we go, pink taffy, one of the best, it really is, if you like pink of course, but there's lots of other colours. So when you spritz it, just sort of give it light spritzing all around, okay? Don't worry about like little puddles and that, because as I say, we're going to go in, heat it with the heat gun, and the little puddles will just sort of disperse out anyway. And also that gives it a bit of colour depth as well, which is really, really nice. And the nice thing with Glimmer mist is you could do 20, 30, 40, 50 of these, and each one would come out different, because you're going to have different depth of colour where you've sprayed it in different areas and where it's gone on heavier in places than others. But it really is lovely. If you haven't tried Glimmer mist, it really is great stuff. It wasn't really made for this. It was made for sort of like spritzing over like stencils and masks and lifting off your area and sort of revealing the blank from underneath. But to do this, it's just great. We've had florists come in and buy them, and they want to sort of spray it on the real flowers and that, which is going to sort of give a really nice effect as well. So keep heat gunning it, just dry it off, it just helps it, and it's just a bit quicker for you as well. When you're happy with your colour depth, you're gonna take your glossy accents. Love glossy accents, it works so well. I'm still giving it a little more scrunching going on there. Yep, happy with it now. Take glossy accents. A little tip here on glossy accents. I always keep a pin in the side of mine to be able to poke it into the top, just to clear it each time. Squidge a bit down into the centre, and then when you're happy with how much is there, and don't worry because it dries clear anyway, I've just got some little pearls and beads. I'm just going to drop a few in there. It takes a little while for these to set, but once they have, then they're on for good basically. The one that you can see in the bottom of the screen is one that I made earlier, and I actually put a badge back onto it. So I actually have it as a little badge on my apron, which is just really, really nice. And it's just sort of like, oh, how'd you make that? So we sort of like can quickly show you, and it's just really great. The paper that we've used is the pearlescent, it's two-sided pearlescent paper, A4 sheets, and it's 20p a sheet, and you can get so many of these flowers out of a 20p sheet. It's just really great. So you're just going to play around with your little pearls in the centre, drop them into your glossy accents, push them in place. You get sticky fingers at this point, and then they pick up and come off with your fingers, etc. And it drives you a bit mad, but it's just, you know, however you want to get them on there. With the other one, I've done 3 large ones and 3 small ones. This one I've done like a big one in the middle with some smaller ones around the outside. And there we go. We've got 2 lovely little flowers. They make great embellishments. You can do them in smaller sizes. You can do them in larger sizes. There we go. There's my little badge back. And they just look fantastic on scrapbook layouts, fantastic on cards. They're just brilliant little embellishment. So go and have a play and enjoy yourself. Thanks for watching.